What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Something slightly different for you guys this time is we're going on our very first vlog. So obviously with me being in the hairdressing industry and working in a shop and meeting so many different people, what I really wanted to do with this vlog series is just basically go out and meet and sort of speak to people in a nice sort of friendly setting about what they do, who they are, what they're about, what sort of struggles, what sort of things like, you know, positive that have come out of their careers, and just really give them a chance to showcase what it is that they do. So, are you waiting for me, Laurie? That's the only problem with vlogging and driving. I'll have to get used to that. But yeah, what's it called? We're just going to basically have like a nice friendly conversation. I want these things to be as chilled as possible and to really sort of get to know people without there being any other ulterior motives or agendas or anything like that. First as well, our very first what's it called, guest on the show. Do you call it a show on the vlog? Whatever you call this, is going to be Jaunts. So my friend David, I've been cutting his hair for quite some time over in Leeds. He's now taken the jump and moved over to Manchester, where he's got his studio for his clothing brand called Jaunts. So yeah, we're going to go over. That's over at Untitled Studios, and yeah, literally we'll talk to you more when we get over there, and yeah, can't wait to share it with you. So we have now got to Salford Untitled Studios. So Untitled, just to give you some understanding of exactly what it is basically a studio with loads of studios. So quite a lot when people work in the creative community, they sort of get together and they work in these like sort of creative hubs, which is kind of what Untitled is. But I'll let David basically do the full-on tour of what is inside, because I actually had a look at one of these quite a bit of time ago, because I was thinking of obviously getting a studio here, but it just wasn't the right move, to be honest with you. But it's a super cool space with a lot of things going on. So let's go meet up with David and let's just have a little tour about his spot.
Hey bro.
You all good?
Thank you.
You all good? Excited, bro.
Get yourself in, man. Get yourself in.
I was just telling the people before, like I did actually have a look at this place like a while ago through actually your recommendations. You actually showed me it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
To be honest, like, it looks like it's got some really cool shit going on. Like they showed us that drink, obviously.
Yeah, rumba, yeah.
Like, to be fair, the drink was actually stunning, and that's not a paid promotion either. No. Actually, like, it was good, man.
No, yeah.
But yeah, man, just show us around, show us what it's got going on, because obviously I only have a brief experience of it. Like,
yeah, man. So obviously the bit we just come through that was a bit dark. There's like 3 studios. There's bare people who come in. I'm trying to think. You got Drama Call, Clint's, all them sort of streetwear brands. They come here, but then also you've got like some really big brands like JD, all them sort of people as well. Use this. I'm obviously
ideal as well.
Like,
you know, like if you're starting a clothing brand, to have that around you, and just seeing what other people are doing, I bet that's fucking.
No, exactly, bro. And
like,
that's the thing. Like I'm saying them because obviously I'm a clothing background, but the amount of people who come here is crazy. There's so many people, and it's the people you meet as well. You know, like you got stylists and all them sort of people.
Thing, though, like it's nowadays, I feel like it's actually a smarter idea, especially for what you do. In particular, to be fair, anything like creative is realistically like you've got a huge unit, you've got like loads of assets from the other people that are basically situated inside that massive building. Bro. Like that is just fucking it's priceless, isn't it?
It's literally the reason I came here. It's like it's whole own thing. You know what I mean? So
you can even see it there.
Yeah.
That's a room full of assets.
If you never need some lighting, just get yourself in there, man.
Take a pic, like,
yeah, bro.
Really
it's
cool
everything here
as well, man. Like. Tripboard never looks so good.
Nah, exactly, bro, exactly.
So what's in these?
So in that one, there's a guy upstairs, Rick Shields, like a YouTuber. He's got all these golf clubs and stuff in there.
Right, nice.
And then these are just different offices, different people. We've got like stylists and stuff. We have these sort of like obviously, you know, meeting rooms. Pretty nice little chilled out spot.
It's ideal that again you've just got the space, like, to do different things. Like,
it's not just an office, is it?
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, I mean, there's a lot of commercial spaces that you can use that are kind of like similar to these, but then at the same time they're like they're just a bit clinical.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
get charged if you go into this room.
Nah,
and, if you get
nah.
caught in this room, then you got bullets. Like,
Nah,
and
man.
they tend to be ridiculously expensive
Yeah.
for a fucking desk.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd rather just have an empty shell, be able to do whatever the fuck I want to do with that building, and just have that as my like creative hub, and then to be around them and other people doing exactly the same shit. It's great, isn't it?
Bro, it's all about networking, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Exactly.
So.
Well,
Best place
collaboration is key.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
So
Exactly.
people are going to get pissed off with me saying that. Literally, like I said that in the last interview that I did with the guy from North Face side, but it is true, man. Like, you have to do collaboration with other people.
Yeah, man.
Like, since the reason why, like, I mean, to most people, they'll be like, why the fuck is a barber doing a collaboration with a independent clothing line?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, why the fuck not? Like, literally, I just wanted to come over and sort of say hello, see your new space first and foremost.
Yeah,
Because I've
man,
not
exactly.
seen it. We've been chatting about this for so long. It's sick to actually come and see it, and the fact that you're actually doing it, and like, I mean, like, I've had a little sneak peek in there, and it looks fucking quality,
Yeah,
bro.
cheers,
Like,
man.
literally, and
Yeah.
so does the actual product line, first and foremost.
Nah, thank you.
I'll tell you what, as soon as we're in this room, bro, like, have a little sit down and what's it called?
have a
Just
little
tell the
chat.
people, because obviously, like, me and you have known each other for time.
Yeah.
But that was
And I only went
hell
through.
of a lot harder than it fucking looked. But obviously, not everyone else knows who Jaunts is, who David is. Like, so I'll give you this opportunity, bro. Like, tell the people obviously who you are.
Yeah, man. So obviously, like, you know, David Winter. I'm 24 years old, but I've been in and out of like the creative space for time. I first started off in like an agency, but that just weren't for me. I just wanted to sort of do my own thing. I was working a lot on the side anyway, so.
What is it that it wasn't like working for? Is it like?
It was
like me, where it's authority complex.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just, like,
It's
getting
just,
told what to do.
Yeah,
just ends up
man.
killing my fucking motivation.
Like, the thing for me is that I just like want to think for myself, do what I want to do. I'm doing projects, and then some man in a suit's telling me it's like shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, what do you know about this stuff? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I sort of just went my own way, did my own bits, and then the sort of work I was doing, I was sort of thinking like, why aren't I just doing this myself? Do you know what I mean? Like, I sort of really wanted to put myself out there, think, yeah, I'm going to do this myself. And also, I feel like I've always been the sort of person who like wants to do something or mean something as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't just want to do
actually
something.
have a purpose.
Exactly, bro.
Your brand,
as cringe as it
what
is, do you know what I mean? Like,
bro, like, you know what, right? Over the last like couple of years, like, I've stopped like thinking of that as cringy.
Yeah.
Like, I think, to be honest with you, I think if you're gonna have a long-lasting career in something, especially when it's creative, I struggle to see myself working with other people just purely on that factor alone. It's because it's like I'm doing it for someone else, even if it aligns quite a lot. Like, it can sometimes be like, I don't know, I just feel very strongly as a person, and how I sort of feel about this situation is like not necessarily how someone else. That doesn't make them right or wrong.
No, exactly. The thing is, in this like whole
is.
space, like, if you're not doing something or mean something, then why are you
What's
doing
the
it?
point?
Yeah, bro.
What is the point? Like,
So I started thinking, right, well, how can I sort of take what I love and then sort of get my message out there as well? So I've always had a thing for clothes, trying to look cool. Don't know if I do or not, but I mean.
I'll give you it, mate. Like, I'm still fucking shook on how they're. Well, I mean, you've seen mine.
Yeah. Regular cleans, regular cleans.
Say, bro, like, every time you've come in, like, you can see your fashion inspiration. Like, you can definitely see it.
It's very chill. Like, it's not like anything too high fashion or bougie, but you know, comfort is key in that, innit?
Exactly.
So I was like, come on, let's think of how we can actually like get this stuff out there, you know, do what I want to do. So I started going through the whole process. And, you know, like, for me as well, like, the whole journey is, again, how wet it sounds. The whole like thing is the like process of learning as well.
Yeah.
So like, obviously, the stuff I'm doing, like, nothing's been like a blank, for example. Like, where I've just bought it off the shelf, like, I've taught myself the whole process of like making a t-shirt, what goes into making a t-shirt.
So you making pretty much most of your range?
Well, so what I normally do is I do like the sample part, get the fit right, so very basic level, and then I send that off, and that's how I start getting stuff in. And it's just the whole thing of like learning fabrics, and then obviously start off with t-shirts, but the sort of stuff I'm developing now is like more and more technical. I'm learning how, like, what washes in denim, like what sort of like enzymes and stuff you need to use for that.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, man. So
I mean, it goes way over my head.
Yeah, bro.
But at the same time, bro, it sounds really, really cool, and you can kind of see that in some of the designs as well.
Yeah.
The fact that where it started, even just the stuff that you put out on Instagram and stuff like that, because obviously from my side of things, that's all I've actually seen realistically. Like, you can see the fact that the designs are coming up. They're not just a fucking font saying Jaunts and then that's it. Like, there's actual like art in there, there's like graphics, and again, like you're saying, the fact that you're actually now fucking around with materials, like, that for a brand makes you more unique than just being another essentials blanks.
Exactly, bro.
Like, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with those companies as such, but there's just so many of them. At the end of the day, like you say, like if you're wanting to do something that actually means something to yourself, like how much can a blank t-shirt with a very bold, like a simple font actually mean to yourself? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong, like there's measurements, there's different fabrics and stuff like that, and I'm sure them companies do get into that, but I just have this certain like thing, like it's just like it's a bit soulless, bro. Like I want to see like personality in fashion rather than seeing like just copying what other people are doing.
Exactly, man. The thing is, I can't like hit on too much. Like, there's a lot of big brands, obviously I'm not going to name, who use blanks and stuff, and like they get away with it because like the messaging is so on point. Do you know what I mean? But like for me, the way I always wanted to sort of like differentiate or like stand out from other people is like, right, okay, I've got this message and like want to spread that to people, but like how do I do that in a way what isn't just, right, like you said, put a T on whatever, because I think there's a whole like building process where everyone sort of skips over right at the beginning, and it's sort of like the process of that which is just as slow. So like the last time I dropped something was in April, we're in obviously October now. The reason is for that isn't because like I'm just lazy and I haven't got anything out. It's like I'm getting stuff in and I'm like, you know what, this isn't what I want it to be. I want something else.
Most big brands, and like you say, and to be fair, that's such a good fucking point actually, like they don't just drop things straight away. They like create build up, they create identity behind the product that's about to be released as well. I think sometimes you see brands oversaturate things by just like going bang, 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 and it's like you're not actually learning about the brand. And as well, if there's anticipation on a drop, that's obviously going to be better for sales, even from a business point of view as well.
Exactly.
Like, surely, like
the thing is as well, like the thing what I always think with like these like startups and stuff, which obviously I am as well, but it's like they're not like, I do this for me as well. You know, at the end of the day, like, so I think it might take me like 4 or 5 months to release a t-shirt, like for now, but I'm doing it for me. I don't really care, like in a way of like a monetary gain. I just want to put stuff out there and be like, right, this is me, this is what I actually stand for and stuff.
Doing it for the love of it.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
And like, to be fair, right, I mean, how many times have we seen down history if someone does it for the love of it, not for the coin?
Exactly.
It always ends up being a better thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, and a more, again, crucially, more longevity into it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not one of those like short-lived success where it's like 20 seconds in the limelight and then all of a sudden it goes. If it has substance, it has soul, it has something behind it, and somebody that actually is leading the pack with love. Do you know what I mean? Giving it that love, like, then it's probably gonna last. Like, so like, obviously with you being like an independent and coming into a place like this, like how's that journey really been sort of financially and as like a business and all that sort of jazz? Because mate, honestly, like, I mean, I only started my business like pretty much like a year and a half ago now, and obviously like I've spoken to you, it's been hard, bro. It's not easy. Like, there's so many things that like you just don't even know exist until you actually do start doing a business, and I'm sure that's exactly the same whether you're a hairdresser or whether you're a called?
If anyone says that it's easier, then they're just lying out the teeth. Do you know what I mean? Like at this start point, and this is why it's so important to have like the love factor to it. At the start point, if you're in for money, then there's fucking no point, because you're not getting anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't even mind saying that. I just think like at the minute, like there's no bread coming in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all about keeping your head above the water. What other things can you do to sort of like keep everything afloat whilst you're doing your passion? Do you know what I mean, man? Like, there's no point thinking you're going to be rich like in a 2 month, 3 month. Like, there's just not a thing.
There's no such thing. Like, shit doesn't last.
Nah, exactly.
Like, it is one of those things. Like, if you're expecting to be an overnight success, like, you might be able to do something. And on a rare occasion, I know things like that have happened. But it's not a regular occurrence, man. Like, it's like I don't actually know anybody off of the top of my head that's just become one of those things where it's like one day, bang.
It don't work.
It just doesn't happen. Like, well, at least it doesn't have any lasting effects. But man,
well, it's like stuff like some of the productions that I've got in there, or even stuff what I've got in the works. Like, you generate some money. Like, right, okay, I'm trying to develop this. Something comes and you think, wow, this is wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not a single thing right. Like, the amount of times, like t-shirts, for example, like I'm finally getting there with the t-shirts. Probably not even to the point where they're at where I want them right now. But just to get to that process, bro, the amount of money I've spent on just
jarring.
that. Like, I didn't know how much t-shirts cost, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I can imagine. So, to be fair, like I've been having a look at like little bits, like, Because like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I was speaking about this interview to somebody and all of a sudden the fucking phone picks it up. But I have had a look into, because it kept on popping up with adverts like basically for like your own blanks and all this sort of stuff again, like we were saying. But even they're fucking expensive. Like unless you're gonna order like 1,000 to 2,000 units, realistically the cost per unit, it's a lot of money, bro. Like it's a huge investment at the start. Like,
and this is what people like. It's hard to sort of get that through to your customer, for example. Well, they're like, wow, why is this tea like 35, 40 quid?
Yeah, when I could buy a Nike and a Stussy tea.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, you don't see the process that goes through, especially for a smaller independent, and how costly that process is to actually build up and get to a point where you've got something that you're happy with as an artist, but also something ready there for durability reasons to obviously go out to the people.
Like whether it's right or wrong, the amount of times someone said to me like for example, like my girlfriend, she's like obviously sees everything I do, and she's like, oh, you just need to release this, release that. And like I get what she's saying, like get your fucking bread up, do you know what I mean? But it's like it's not,
and it's no disrespect, because I sometimes have that with my missus and various friends and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you just need to like do this, that and the other. It's like, yeah, but if I did it now, it wouldn't be the right time. And it's just not ready, and I don't have the, I think sometimes as well, like especially if you're busy with loads of other things, I sometimes just don't have the energy to launch and do something. Like,
exactly, bro.
You have to have all the things right in the right place and then slot that in at the right time. And I think sometimes by being a little bit more mature as well, and just having a bit more business savvy sort of mindset.
I was just about to say.
It does help a little bit. Like I think if I was doing the same stuff as what I'm doing now 5 years ago, it wouldn't have worked.
No, exactly.
And I'm sure it probably is for yourself, where it's like you just have to have a little bit of patience for one,
100%.
and then B, like you just have to be able to just take sacrifice consistently.
100%.
Like it is one of those things. It's like you can't go out, you can't spend this, you can't do that, or you've got to wait for that. Like there's just so many things that end up happening. And you're like you say, going around to your very first point, if you don't love it, you are fucked.
Like, no one understands this, man.
You can't get past it. So, well, yeah, man. Like it sounds really, really cool what you're doing. I think I'm kind of itching now to come and have a look.
Get yourself in
at the actual spot, and then as well, because obviously I'm a hairdresser, we're going to be patting him up with a trim. Things are looking a little longer on the head front, aren't they? So to be fair, I think we're knocking it back down to
I get this
back down to what we're doing. So we'll do a little montage and a little walk around. But yeah, follow us through, and well, I'll tell you what, we'll follow you through.
Yeah, get yourself
where you're going.
Come on.
So for you, like, whereabouts did you actually grow up, bro?
Me, so I'm originally from like the Burnley area, around that way. Yeah, man. Then sort of through uni, went to Leeds, stayed there for a little bit, and now I'm obviously based over here now in Manchester. So
how are you finding the move?
Yeah, it's sick, man. There's just more going on, and it's like, especially like, in this sort of field, like any sort of creative things, it's better to be at a city, but. So I had to make some sort of move, but for me personally, I just had already like connections and stuff here rather than Leeds. So
I'm gonna say, because you were working for a company, am I right in saying?
Yeah, that's right, an agency over in Leeds, and now I've managed to sort of transition out of that and come over to Manchester now. So yeah, it was sweet.
To be fair, like I've thought about coming to Manchester myself, like before.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like I think for me, like obviously having such a large following in the Leeds area, and that's where like my bread and butter is. Exactly. In order to move, I've always kind of thought, actually, it's probably not the best thing to do right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think give it enough time. I think there might be an element of sort of wanting to move to a bigger city, a different country, whatever it may be.
Yeah, bro.
But
you've got to focus where your base is at first time.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. And to be fair, like I think Leeds can be actually kind of a nice cheap hub for what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So obviously just flying around, like, so obviously like, I mean, you'll probably want to do this eventually, is like sort of just going and sort of meeting loads of different people and new places and having conversation with like different people, and probably the brand's going to end up taking you around a couple of spots as well. I would have thought, like,
well, that's
once you get going.
No, I think Leeds itself has its own little like ecosystem, doesn't it? So
yeah, exactly.
Everyone's linked up there, isn't it?
It's getting better. Certainly not the best as Leeds, but it's definitely getting better.
No, but it's obviously like you and a few other guys who are over there.
Exactly. I think sometimes, like, if there isn't a scene, then make one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's just a very small bubble, but just if you get a collective of people that are doing bits together, I think it definitely helps you all build traction as all of your audiences come into one. I think that's why I felt so strongly on the whole collaboration front, because I just think everyone's audience, like, no point gatekeeping it. If they're interested in one thing and you do something similar, like, why can't they be their audience too?
Leeds is sort of like coming up a bit as well. Obviously, got you doing this sort of thing, but then you've got like the best boys and that, aren't they, who are smashing TikTok.
To be fair, we literally just did something with them for North Face. They were with us.
Yeah, exactly. See, man, these aren't any like little collaborations either, is it? You know what I mean? You work with North Face and that. So
I think, to be fair, like, well, that's what I mean. You just got to aim high, bro.
yeah.
Like, I said this when I was speaking to the guy on North Face, because he was like saying to me like, I think you actually came into the shop and like was almost like on a scouting mission, and it's just like you've just kind of got to have some minerals and just go and have a conversation with somebody, even if they're just going to basically laugh you out of the ring. Because mate, I've had it so many times where I've tried to collaborate with people, even that I know, and it's just like no response, no nothing, this, that and the other. But you've got to have thick skin. Like, they might not see the value in it, even if you do. Do you know what I mean?
So exactly.
It is one of those where you've kind of just got to do what you've got to do, get knocked down a fair few times, but just try so many different avenues. Because I think as well, the way that I am as a person, I'm not sure about yourself, but like I'll try loads of different stuff until I feel like it sort of stimulates
100
growth. Do you know what I mean? Like,
bro, you can't go wrong from trying stuff, really. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just a step towards getting it right.
Well, hair has been cut. Let's have a little chat about, like, obviously before we wrap this up, like, talk to us about like what is coming up and what's new, like sort of what's out there already, what's kind of coming in the future. I know obviously we've had a little discussion that we don't want to give away too much, but just anything that you can tell the people, obviously, and just let them know exactly what to expect over the next couple of months and the rest of 2024.
Alright, calm. Well, so I've got obviously a few drops and that. I've got t-shirts coming out tonight when we film this, but obviously don't come out. But then I've got some next month as well. But my whole sort of thing is, I'm sure, like I said before, about the messaging and brand building and stuff. I'm trying to get involved with like a lot more people, sort of get their thing out there. Obviously my whole brand's like with open eyes and stuff, and sort of it's all just about like connecting and sort of getting people's viewpoints out there, opening mind to the stuff around them, that sort of stuff. So along with, obviously, like I've got these jeans and stuff I'm developing at the minute.
Yeah, they're hard as well, bro.
Along with all that, you know, it's a lot of actual getting stuff out there, getting a bit more well known as well. So a lot of bits coming up. I think I'm trying to get there this year with like the rest of the year with like the drops and stuff, then really banging it out from like January onwards. That's where it's kind of
like the calm before the storm. Really, like, at the moment. Like, but to be fair though, that's again like what we were saying earlier on. Like, he's building up that kind of vibe and that culture behind the band before you actually then go and release it. It sounds like exciting shit, and for sure, like I'm pretty sure that we'll end up seeing you back on the channel, probably either an event or something like that. Like there'll definitely be a time where we try and come back, maybe like in like a year or so's time, and then just see how you're getting on and stuff like that. But for the meantime, brother, thank you very, very much for having us in your studio and showing us around the place, like, and I wish you the best of fucking luck, bro, because you deserve it, bro. Right, so that is everything from today, and that was our obviously walk around with Jaunts. We're going to be doing a lot more of these sort of interviews in the coming months, and if you guys want to see particular people, or if you are actually an artist and somebody who wants to sort of have a chat with us and, you know, sort of show us through your branding and have a decent conversation over a haircut, or even if you just wanted to do an interview, that is completely fine. Like, literally drop us a message, put in the comment box, and also crucially, please support the channel and give us a little bit of a subscribe. I hate having to ask for it, but it really, really does mean the world to us and the channel and how far that we can take this concept. So lots of love, guys. Take it easy, and we will see you in the next episode.